Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so if you're someone who is literally always optimizing, working hard, and trying to juggle a million different responsibilities all at once, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into this absolutely fantastic document from Happywise. It's called Do More Things That Light You Up, and we're going to explore the actual science behind intentional well-being. We are talking about actively choosing to do what you love, not just as some guilty pleasure or distraction, but as fundamental, essential fuel for your entire life.
I'll do it when I have time. Man, we've all said it, right? It's like the ultimate universal excuse we use to put off our personal passions. You know, that course you've been postponing for 3 years, or that personal project just sitting around waiting for the magical right weekend? But here's the hard truth we really need to face. That perfect time? It literally never ever arrives on its own.
Think of a dusty guitar just sitting there in the corner of a room. Honestly, it's the perfect metaphor. The things we genuinely love doing, they just kind of give way to urgencies, obligations, and other people's expectations. Slowly but surely, they get pushed right out of our day, and eventually out of our whole lives. But picking that guitar back up, or whatever your version of it is, isn't just about killing time. It's actually about claiming your identity.
And the psychology behind all this is totally fascinating. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called this state flow. You know the feeling, right? When you're doing something you truly love and time just kind of vanishes. Your nervous system responds. Your attention narrows effortlessly. As he puts it, this isn't an accident. It's the signature of an activity deeply aligned with who you truly are. These activities, they are literal data points about your identity.
Biologically speaking, the impact here is profound. When you regularly do things you love, essential neurotransmitters, stuff like dopamine and serotonin, are naturally stimulated. Your motivation expands, and your sense of self gets so much stronger. But what happens when you stop? Well, over time, the effects are pretty striking. Your mood flattens out, motivation shrinks down to only what's strictly necessary. You're functioning, sure, but you definitely aren't nourished.
So it all comes down to this one massive number, 40%. According to research by Lubomirsky and her colleagues, intentional, pleasurable activities account for around 40% of our subjective well-being. I mean, really think about that for a second. Every single time we scrap a joyful activity from our weekly schedule just to make room for more work, we're actively stripping away almost half of our potential happiness. Crazy, right?
So, if it's so absolutely crucial, why on earth don't we do it? Well, there are 5 main barriers that systematically separate us from what we love. First up, productivity culture. Basically, if it doesn't produce a measurable output, we think it's useless. Second, priority guilt. Taking time for yourself just feels selfish. Third is perfectionism. That whole I'm not good enough to do it seriously trap. Fourth, honestly, simply forgetting what we actually like to do. And fifth is speed. Our default mode is rushing, but joyful activities, they require us to slow down.
So I want you to take a second and be completely honest with yourself right now. Which of those 5 barriers weighs the most heavily on you? Is it the guilt? Maybe the perfectionism? Identifying the specific wall you've built up is the absolutely essential first step to finally breaking it down. Okay, so once we know what's stopping us, how do we fix it? Well, we need structure. To intentionally reintegrate joy back into our daily routines, the science of happiness actually gives us a solid framework. It's built on 4 distinct pillars that you can start applying literally today.
Let's start with the first pillar, which is called plus being. This is all about awareness. It's the practice of knowing yourself well enough to actually recognize what truly nourishes you, not just what's required of you by your boss or your family. You have to actively pay attention to what really makes you feel energized.
Moving on to the second pillar, US. Sharing passions builds a completely different kind of bond. When 2 people do something they love together, this incredibly unique quality of connection emerges. Why? Because both people are genuinely 100% present in that moment and in that activity. It's really special.
Pillar 3 is plus discipline. Now, I know we often think of discipline as this punishing thing, but here, it's empowering. The only real difference between the people who make time for what they love and those who don't is intention. It's the disciplined intention where you fiercely protect those available hours in your week. You got to guard that time.
And the fourth pillar is positive chemistry, because your body physically responds to what lights you up. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, they all activate. In fact, doing a pleasurable activity for just 20 minutes,
Just 20 minutes is enough to cause your stress hormone, cortisol, to drop significantly. Your biology literally wants you to have fun.
Now, committing to what you love doesn't just put a smile on your face. It actually acts as an essential fuel across 4 specific energy domains in your life. When you engage in these activities, you're actively nourishing your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual energy. Let's break that down real quick. Physically, this is a total game changer. Engaging in enjoyable activities has actually been shown to physically lower your blood pressure. It reduces chronic inflammation in the body, and it straight up strengthens your overall immune system. So yeah, your physical health directly benefits from you experiencing joy.
Emotionally, getting into that state of flow we talked about earlier, it works wonders for your internal landscape. It seriously reduces anxiety and stops that endless, exhausting loop of rumination. Over time, your emotions stabilize, and your psychological resilience genuinely, truly grows.
Mentally, doing what you love completely replenishes your cognitive bandwidth. I mean, have you ever noticed how taking a break to do something genuinely fun actually makes you better at your job? It leaves your mind so much fresher, significantly more creative, and just way better equipped to concentrate when you actually need to.
And finally, spiritually, doing the things we love reconnects us to a much deeper dimension of ourselves. It gives us a chance to step outside those daily roles we always play, the employee, the parent, the partner, and it reconnects us to the true essence of who we fundamentally are.
So here is the absolute most empowering takeaway from all of this. You do not need to go out and find your passion, like it's some lost set of keys or something. No. You simply need to reconnect with the activities that make you feel alive right now, and you need to choose with deep intention to make them part of your week. Every single week.
The things you love are not distractions. They are the core fuel for literally everything else you do. I highly, highly encourage you to sign up for free on the Happywise app, where you can access all these materials and truly deepen your own well-being journey. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in this explainer. So, what is one thing you love that you are going to intentionally make time for this week? Go do it, and I'll see you next time.